It was about 9 years ago when my husband and I got engaged at the end of December. And it was also that same year where we started a new tradition out of his own initiative where we reassess our life, sort of a New Year's resolution. But it was a really full day that we would take and we would think about what we want to do for the year, but really it was mostly who we want to be this upcoming year. So it was a real character assessment, our marriage assessment, our goal assessment, and it became this beautiful tradition that we did every end of the year where we would just come together and take that full day to honor our year and process our life, and then begin to decide how we want our life to be different this next year or who we want to be in this next year. Now, about 2 years ago, after a long processing day, it came to me that I really needed to work on courage. And my husband helps me process all the different areas of my life where I need a lot of transformation, and I do the same for him. And it was going to be a year of courage for me. And I remember that he gave me this prayer of courage. And it was a beautiful prayer from Matthew Kelly, one of his favorite authors, about living a life of courage. And so, we take that prayer, I wrote it out, I actually framed it, not ever thinking what that prayer or what that concept of courage actually really meant. That was 2 years ago. And it was this time last year where I sort of understood how this prayer was answered. And it was really through this project, The Art of Being a Woman, where I have always been interested in the transformation of women. And it has been 17 years, really, since that woman introduced to me the concept of learning how to be a woman. Elena was her name, and it was in college. And it's taken that long for me to really find the courage to be able to not just be transformed by the beautiful information I'm receiving and learning from all these beautiful women and beautiful mentors, but now it's my turn to actually share this information and share and teach the concepts of learning how to be a woman. Now, courage was a theme for me a year and a half ago because when my sister approached me and I'm laying out the different concepts of learning how to be a woman, and I have chart forms and I'm sharing with her my passion and boldly trying to be part of the transformation of culture, she looked me straight in the eye and said, January, are you going to share your story? And I said, well, what does that have to do with teaching women how to be women? And literally it was sort of a moment of truth for me where she says, well, how are they going to believe you unless they know that you've walked that same transformation? And there was really just one answer. It was clear and it was vulnerability. And at that moment, I knew exactly what I needed to do to be able to really convince women that it's possible for us to decide who we choose to be in spite of what we've been through, and also to look at our wounds and our pains as a source of an even deeper compassion and transformation. And I just truly want to thank you for really receiving this project and for walking and talking with me, because vulnerability is probably the best word to describe it. I know I'm passionate about helping women. I know that I feel truly grateful for the many women who have stepped in my life and have transformed me, and that this project is born out of gratitude and a sense of responsibility to put my little contribution in this world to teach women how to be women in my little way of sharing with you my example and the example that has been conveyed to me through the many mentors I had. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And as I really begin to now fully introduce the concepts that I will be sharing in the Art of Being a Woman, I am so grateful for your notes, for your support. And I told my husband, I said, Ryan, I'm walking right into the wound of my life, which is rejection. I said, I'm walking into my own rejection project if I start this project. And yes, there have been difficult moments, but truly it has been an outpouring of love and support. And even though I feel as though I am walking right into my rejection project where I'm sharing my life and vulnerably sharing things that might not be received as well or not quite yet received as well, that I continue to do it because I believe in it. And I'm doing it because I hope in women and that I believe in women and that I know that we are here with a unique and a specific purpose to transform the lives of those around us, and that we just need the opportunity to know how. So thank you truly from the bottom of my heart.